Oh my God, you guys come and sit down and shut the door. There is another crazy update coming from the Coldplay couple. You know, the people that the whole, at least America, but I'm about to say the world knows what happened at the Cowboy Play concert. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people were looking at the CEO saying, "Oh my God, are you that stupid? You had to resign from your position as CEO. Your wife is about to take you for half of everything you own because there was no prenup. Literally, the head of HR was hugged up with you." I do want to say one thing, right? How hugged up were those people and swaying and looking in love that out of a concert with 50,000 people, the people with the light looked and said, them, they embody everything we feel whenever we hear Yellow from Coldplay. But forget all that because, baby, there is a new big loser.
Present,
Y'all, do you
and no
know
longer
that the
has a
woman that
voice
was
who will
hooked up with
pursue
the
justice
CEO,
for her
do you know
accusation.
that she just married
As of
into
the
the
taken
oldest and
against Diddy,
wealthiest family in
no
Boston
expansion of the
that are worth
investigation,
about
no
$15
isolation
billion?
orders,
Do you know
no
that she
equipment
fumbled
access,
generational
no
wealth?
suspension of
She
attorney
fumbled a
communication.
legacy. And what's more, she exposed herself as maybe a shameless little hussy. Because here's the thing, we're about to get into what her family's history is. And by family, I use that term loosely because those divorce papers are on there. And I am sure there are plenty of mistresses waiting in the wings. Because one thing we know about old money families, baby, old money means you can get a new mistress wherever you want. We've all heard that the upper crust likes to swap and turn. Do you not know that you need to cheat and do it respectfully? The hell is wrong with this woman? And she's about to be unemployed. She is out on, so that means they just wait until they can fire her so she can't. Her husband's about to kick her out. And on top of that, the one thing old money families fear is public shame and humiliation. And she bought that all one. Y'all, let's get into this because honestly, I truly don't understand. But let me tell you about Miss Cat, and I use that term loosely because she's probably going to snatch that last name from her. You know that she's only been married into that family since somewhere around 2022, maybe even 2023, okay? So you haven't even been married long enough to get any real money in any type of spousal support. And usually old money families, their prenups are ironclad. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think she's probably going to leave penniless. On top of that, I think the family is really, really upset and they might be trying to destroy her. But get this, do you know how she met her husband, right? So she was married to another man. And to 2020, while she was married to another man, she literally started joining the advisory board for Privateer Rum. That's how this family makes their money, the alcohol brand, right? But 6 generations in, she literally started as the advisory board in Pirate Rum. Now, something happened with that marriage and she decided to file for divorce. And then very soon after filing for divorce in 2022, I believe in 2023, she married one of the heirs to the Privateer Rum fortune. Now, after she got married, right, she went on to do her own thing. She wanted independence. So what did she do? She went into astronomer, whatever that company is, and she started as the H of the head of HR. And what did she do? She started sleeping. Well, I assume they're sleeping together. They're definitely hugged up. She started going to romantic Coldplay concerts and being hugged up with the CEO. Now, we do not know the nature of their relationship. They look like they were very cozy. And as Chris Martin said, they're either really shy or they're having an affair. But all jokes aside, this woman fumbled the bag so much. I think she might a mental illness. I don't understand. Why did she do it though? Why did she do it? Did he cheat on her and she wanted to feel pee? Why did you just got married? You should still be in the newly glow. What is going on? You got divorced in 2022 after being on the advisory board and catching that CEO's attention, who was the one of the heirs to the fortune. And now you're with a new company and new CEO. But up to your old tricks, girl. Lil Hussy, we got your number. Y'all, let's get into this because I swear you cannot make this up. On top of that, I will say one thing. She is done with that family because I was like, well, maybe her husband is like forgiving. Maybe he's like, we'll work this out as a family. No, because this is directly from the New York Post. They said the HR exempt and Coldplay cheating scandal. Married into one of the oldest, wealthiest families in Boston. The Cabots speak only to God was the actual
present,
quote.
and no
Now, I don't
longer
know
has a
much about
voice who will pursue justice
I
for
don't
her
know much
accusation.
about the Cabots, and
As of
far
the
be it
taken
from
against
me
Diddy,
to wanna
no
disgrace
expansion of
their
the
legacy.
investigation,
But do you
no
think
isolation
that the
orders,
Cabots were the
no
ones
equipment
that gave all
access,
this
no
information
suspension
to
of
the New
attorney
York Post?
communication.
Because who the hell is walking down Southeast End, South Boston, right? South in Boston, and somebody's like, hey, do you know the cabbage? Yeah, but they only see the cab. I can't even do a Boston accent. The cabbage only speak to God. You really expect us to believe anybody in Boston is walking around saying that? Cabbage, shut up. I got it. I guess. Anyway, they said she married into one of the oldest and wealthiest families in Boston. Where is it? Like the allegedly jilted husband touts his family lineage as a sixth generation owner of the long-standing rum brand founded by the original Andrew Cat. Does anybody drink Cabot rum? I'm not a rum drinker. I don't really unless it's Absolute. Used to be Shiro, unless it's like a name that like I've known for a while, but I don't know. It sounds familiar. When I first heard her last name was Cabot. I was like the butter for Cabot, Criptires, and everybody was like, no dummy, the rum baron. I literally thought it was Cabot, Criptires, like, the butter they sell at Costco's. Those I said the butters. Oh my God, but that's why you got to do your research anyway, right? They said the Cabot fortune uh has transcended generations and was estimated 200 million. That's 15.4 billion in 20. It's not clear when Christian and Andrew got actually married. But it's at least the second marriage for both. They said the previous divorce was finalized into an again, listen, I'll tell you one thing she can do because people like to listen to anyone. She should go on TikTok and tell how she bagged not one but two. See, something tells me even though she is still using her profile pic for 20 years ago, they both work because when you look at their old work profile pics, I don't know what was she doing. I don't even want to know what she was doing. Anyway, they said, Kristin, sorry guys. They said Christian, her now deleted LinkedIn account showed that she has served as an advisory board member at Privateer 1 SC September 20. That's probably how she met her husband. Property records showed that they bought a $2.2 million house on the New Hampshire coast. Damn, earlier this year, the Cabot family is one of the original Boston Roman clans that controlled New England for a club so old, waspy, and distinguished that the Irish Catholic Kennedys are left out in the cold. Okay, so clearly her husband gave this because why are you giving us your family lore? But we love to see the family made its fortune in suit known colloquially in industry circles as carbon black, a key ingredient in car tires and dates back to New England for 10 generations. The family members have been behind a slew of businesses across New England, including a run company. The family patriarch Samuel Kitt kickstarted the family's fortune by marrying Elisa Perkins, the daughter of a wealthy merchant trainer. Okay, he clearly gave this background info, but that's okay. The family is so well known in
Present,
Boston,
and no
it's said
longer has a
locally that the
voice who will
Cabots
pursue
speak
justice for
only
her
to God,
accusation.
as a local poem
As of the
goes,
taken
and this
against
is
Diddy,
good old Boston,
no expansion of the
home
investigation,
meme
no
and the
isolation
pod,
orders,
where the lost
no
talk
equipment
only to the
access,
cabs
no
and the cabs
suspension of
talk
attorney
only to the
communication.
God. The cabbage of yesteryear were seafarers of merchants who partook in the slave and opium trade in the early 19th century. I knew you don't get 15 billion by slinging rum, cause I ain't never seen cabbage rum in the I'm just saying they share portions of their largest over the years. Anyway, the husband, I'm assuming he sourced the New York Post article, wants us to know that he ain't no average ninja and she fumbled a bag. And you know what? I gotta agree with them. This is one of the messiest cheating scandals ever. But she did fumble a bag. And for what? Another woman's man. Oh my God, that he ran and hid and didn't even protect her. But you know what? That's none of my business. But we will be following this story close. I'll talk to y'all later.